My fellow traders, I hope you guys had a great day today. It's a little bit iffy day for me today. We're going to get into that here in a minute. But, one thing that I can say is that in 2021, the focus for me was my process and making sure that I stick to my process and that any tweaks I made would be to the strategy itself, maybe the timing of the strategy or how it's implemented. Just like I made the change on the trend continuation, how I adjusted that. But days like today, I think last year would have been my red days. And I think I'm doing a really good job focusing on the process and coming up with the name for it. I think it is just going to help me stay focused even better. So, but we'll look deeper into the day here in a minute. But one thing I want to share with you today is that any money lost in this market can be gained again. All right, but time wasted in this market cannot. So any time that we spend in the market needs to be focused. It needs to be focused time. If we're sitting here, we need to be watching price action, learning how to identify when stocks hit support or resistance without even having a line there. Okay, we know we have support resistance lines and everything, and we see when stocks hit it, we see how it reacts. So we need to be able to determine that even if there's no line there. So we know if we're in a trade that, hey, we're running into resistance and we probably need to lock in a couple bucks here just in case. It's going to help you as you progress. Time that we spend after market doing our reflections and all that stuff. But if we waste time trying to look at what everybody else is doing and not focusing on us, we can't get that time back. And all that does is just add more time to your learning curve. It stretches that learning curve out and it can be endless. So you got to make sure you don't waste your time here in the market, that you focus on your process, focus on your discipline, and executing your edge in the market every day. That's the focus. All right, so let's look at the day. Remember last night on the SPY, we said this thing could go either way. If it got below the 50 today, we were going to sell off. If it got above the 20, we were going to push up. 390 was the likely resistance here. Around 393, 394 is where we ran into problems the last time. Basically, we got stuck around 393. One day we hit 394. It was trying to push through, but we just couldn't get 395. And I think the 395 level is the key to hitting 400. So, but it did pretty much what we thought it would do. Now, I'm no genius. I just said last night, we don't know where it was going to go. That if it gapped up, this is what it would do. If it gapped down, this is what it most likely will do. It's going to be the same tomorrow. We're in no man's land. We're still between the 50 and the 20. The 20-day moving average, the 50-day moving average. Only difference today is we're sitting above this ascending, which is now support. It was resistance yesterday. It's now support. Still in no man's land. If it gaps up tomorrow, we need to get it over 390. And it'll probably test 393, 394. If it gaps down, we'll probably hit the 378 mark. 377, 378. That's kind of what I'm looking for. But right now, we have no idea. the market selling off. It sold off into the close. It's still selling off now. I think we're around 386.75. So we just don't know. But what we do is we come in the market, we trade what the market gives us. Now I know the saying in the market is, the most valuable commodity is information. And yeah, if you're a investor, yeah, it is. But when you're day trading or short-term swing trading on technical analysis, time is your most valuable commodity. All right, time is key in this. And so, we just work off of what the technicals tell us. We don't try to predict based on trying to gain all the information, because we know just because the market, a stock may have good earnings, it may have really good news, and the bottom falls out of it. Okay, we know this. So why try to guess? And we shouldn't be guessing. Now there are strategies, and I do employ some intuitive strategies, but I'm at that level that I can do that. If you're trying to grow your account, you're trying to get to the point where you can be a consistent trader, you can't do that. You have to trade what the market is giving you. You have to take it and put it in the bank so that you can develop the discipline and the patience and everything that you're going to need when you start trading these more intuitive strategies. So, it's really, really important. But, again, tomorrow, there's no clear winner here. It's a 50-50 shot again. So we'll wait for in the morning and let it determine where we go. So this morning, really, really good opening range breakout trade again on PTON. Now let me tell you how my morning started. When I got in this trade, immediately I got frustrated because I thought I was a candle late. Somehow I lost 5 minutes, or I jumped 5 minutes ahead. Okay, I don't know. I have no idea. That's why I left this line here. I left this line here because this is where I thought the 5 minute opening range was. This is a pre-market candle. This is a 5 minute opening candle. So I did enter right. We did have to withstand a little pullback. But by then I was a little frustrated because I was just confused. I was upset because I was confused. But strategy worked out beautifully. Actually ran out of covers. I mean, it went up through 115. I just happened to run out of covers. There was a daily level here at 113.76 that I should have marked. But there was a daily level here that was my final target. And so it worked really beautifully. But you can see throughout the rest of the day, it practically traded sideways. Never really broke through channels. This is exactly what I expected with the market trading close to 390. Because I expected it to hit 390 and pull back. That's exactly what happened. I think it hit 389.90, or it got into 389.90s. It came really close to 390. It sold off. It tried to bounce. It made a lower high. Sold off to the 50. Bounced again. Made another lower high. And then the bottom fell out, after 3 o'clock going into the close. And it's pretty much what I expected. And it's funny because I was like, okay, I'm just going to sit over here and wait. kind of watch some TV a little bit, and damn if I didn't fall asleep. I didn't wake up till like 4:15. I didn't miss anything, but it's crazy how that happens. But PTON was a really, really good trade. Facebook really fooled me a little bit. Okay, I got in over the channel break here. This was the top of the channel. I got in on the channel break. It pushed up a little bit. It sold back off, stopped me out. We held a 20, and it ripped back up. Really nice move. Okay, here was another channel break here. That was good. Matter of fact, let me I should have done this. I was lazy today. Not really lazy. I actually forgot, to be honest with you. I actually forgot. if that makes sense. But you could see come on, thing. So I had a channel there, channel here. So this was the first channel break I attempted right here, and it failed. Here was the second channel break. I could have held on to this, but the problem was I didn't want to risk anything. I did not accept the risk to hold to it. I only took 200 shares, and I could have given it $1.50, which I think would have given me enough room. But I didn't. I was not willing to risk that. I took it off, and sure enough, it snuck up on me and took off. I missed it. I was late getting back to this, and I missed the move. This was the only move that happened, and I missed it. But I didn't go chasing it. I didn't get mad. I just okay, the market is up. We're too close to 390. I'm gonna shut it down. And I was gonna wait for the rejection and see if we can get some shorts, but it did not happen. So end of the day, 323.35. Really slow day. But like I said, these are the days that I easily would have finished red. But the process that I have in place now is really keeping me even keel, and it's allowing me to take more profit out of the market, which is what we need to do to grow. So really, I'm excited. I'm trying not to get too excited, but I'm back to where I was 4 or 5 years ago, when we were killing it. And so want to keep that up. So next, really quick, we're not going to talk a whole lot about it because we're going to go through all the swings tomorrow. But SBUX, I'm still fighting this. We're just under the 20, I know, but I'm looking at the long-term trend, So I'm trying to hold on to this. I mean, I'm not risking that much. I'm still, under $2,000 risk. So, but the potential is so great if this thing takes off. So you can see what we did today. This is what's killing it. This top here, this support level. If we can break through this, if we can get clear of this tomorrow, I think we can make it. I still have a little faith in this. The trend is still intact. So as long as we're still holding this trend, I'm gonna give it room. All right, so that's SBUX VRSK. This is the one that we got stopped out of right here. The next day, I bought it. Once we got back over here, I probably could have jumped in at the beginning of the day and been fine. 175 was my profit target today. When the stock opened, we were over pre-market we were over 175. So in my infinite wisdom, I moved my target to 180. Why the hell did I do that? I have no idea. If I could have at least put it at 178. I mean, that's just pure and simple greed. And I ended up having to, once it got up there and it started pulling back, I put a profit stop at 175 so that I would not even lose 175, which it did pull back. It closed at 174.42. And so, I had to put in a profit stop here. I wasn't going to lose it. I was not going to lose it. It didn't get to 178, but I would have felt better about 178 versus 180. I really would have felt better about it, but just greed, pissed me off that I did that. And I did that on two stocks. KMX was the other one. Look at the huge move we got yesterday. So, of course, I'm just going to move my first target to 135. Why not? We almost hit 130 yesterday. We're opening today above the close. So why not do it? It went up, and so kind of about the same time, I just said, look, I just need to take profit. I'm over my first target, take profit on it, and just let's go. All right, and you could see here's the ascending resistance. I had to take profit there. It only made sense. You just had to take profit. We did make a new high, but you can see we sold off and we're back under this ascending resistance. So worst case scenario, if we get stopped out break even on VRSK or KMX, we locked in profit. And that's the name of the game. All right. Every swing can't be a $9,000 or $10,000 trade. I just have visions of Chewy from last month. With the $10,000 trade and then the $9,000 trade, and then APPS, gave us a pretty decent trade. All of them aren't going to do that. So, but you can't sit there and wait and get greedy and try to stretch it out. You have to stick to your plan. So I had to force myself to do it today. PLNT, this is another one we got in. It's struggling. It's really struggling. Look at what happened today. It's really struggling. So tomorrow, if we open below the 20, I'm going to have to kill it. I know that I'm not going to get in another one of these SBUX. If we lose the 20 tomorrow, I got to kill it. I know this one's trending up, but it's It's just not a good thing. I don't want to sit there and be holding 2 bags. I got 1 bag of coffee. You know, I don't need a bag of Planet Fitness. That's for sure. But again, we'll go through the watch list tomorrow. We had some really, really good moves out of it. A lot of you guys already got profit, and you're doing really, really well. But we'll talk about that more tomorrow. So you guys have a great night, and I will catch you in the morning.